The following may contain offensive language, adult humor, and or content that some viewers may find offensive. The views and opinions expressed by any one speaker does not explicitly or necessarily reflect or represent those of Mark Radulich or W2M Network. Please listen with caution, or don't listen at all. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is your mandated reporter, and frankly, I'm mortified, Mr. Mark Radulich, and this here is the Metal Hammer of Doom Jukebox. Tonight, we are not reviewing a metal album. Good night, everybody. No. Occasionally, my homeboys, MC Starch. Yo, what it is, MC Starch?
Yo, Mark Radulich. My goodness, I cannot wait to talk about some gangster rap tonight.
Goddamn right, pal.
Yeah.
And over there is the whitest white man to ever white man to rap.
I glow in the dark. That's how white I am.
Ladies and gentlemen, the authority of hip-hop culture, only second to Robert Winfrey, it's Robert Cooper. How do you do, Metal Coop?
I feel like I might be ahead of Winfrey in terms of hip-hop knowledge.
Probably.
I feel like if I'm ground floor, he's sub-basement 3.
Yeah, he is close to the core of the earth when it comes to the hip-hop culture. So,
like, there's not much hip-hop in Mormonism, I don't think.
I mean, I don't know what one have to do with the other, but he especially does not like the hip-hop culture. But we are not here to discuss Robert Winfrey.
We should do the Winfrey Hammer of Doom.
Maybe next month. Instead, Jesse Starcher, little Jesse Starcher, do you know what it is?
What is it?
It's it. What is it?
Oh, it is.
Tomorrow.
It is.
Tomorrow, August 8th in the year of our Lord, 2023, is the 35th anniversary of N.W.A's. That's the National Wrestling Alliance, as we all know. National Wrestling Alliance's Straight Outta Compton, yo. Woo!
Yeah, this
I,
is
I really love when Eazy-E wrestled Ice Cube in Greensboro in the steel cage.
I remember when Dr. Dre was talking about them hard times.
I'm curious as to what actually was going on in N.W.A. and 89. I mean, we're starting to, that's the heyday, if I remember correctly. Like
88, by the way.
87, 88. But
yeah, N.W.A. Straight Outta Compton debuted August 8th of 1988. And the world of music and hip hop was forever changed. There had been hip hop for quite a number of years prior to that. There had been gangster rap prior, a number of years prior to that. I mean, Ice-T. Damn it, I knew I was going to do that. Ice-T had already been around for a while. Like Original Gangsta and Power.
Original Gangsta.
They had been Rhyme Pays. That's what I was thinking of. Rhyme Pays had been around for a while, as was Power. And we all know what's on that Power tip, Jesse. Good old Let's Get Buck Naked and Fuck. Jesse Starcher's favorite song.
Oh, boy.
That's a song?
That's legit a song.
Ice-T held nothing back.
Ice-T, no. That was in the 80s, buddy.
And now he just wanted a ham sandwich.
Oh, just kidding, Ice-T. He just wants a Pepsi. Won't someone give him a Pepsi?
Pork is not going to kill me unless they figure out a way to shoot it out of a fucking gun.
I fucking love that line.
That is a great line. Listen, gangster rap had been around for a little while, but N.W.A. Straight Outta Compton really brought it to like the mainstream in the way that like punk went into the where death metal went into the mainstream with certain bands, where like it was as close to the mainstream as it was ever going to get. And then there comes this like wave of bands or groups or individuals after. But even though the music had already been there, N.W.A. kind of kicked the door open, and in came, the virus that killed everybody. But so we're going to talk about N.W.A. Straight Outta Compton, track by track, beat by beat. But first, as I've been talking about my experience with rap, as we all know, I was born a small black child on the south side of Chicago. And by that, I mean...
albinism is a rare trait in your people.
I am transracial, sir. I identify as a 6'5" black guy. Listen, I was born in Uniondale, Long Island, New York, which was predominantly black. Like I was the only white kid in my school, and I lived there until the age of 12. So, being from New York and growing up in the hip hop culture, I listened to all that like East Coast rap. I listened to Run DMC, LL Cool J, because he was in fact hard as hell. I listened to the Fat Boys. Oh, Jesse.
Oh man, you got me on the Fat Boys.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
What was the Fat Boy song that we were like obsessing over for like the longest time?
Oh man, I cannot remember. I was just thinking about Jelly Roll a few days ago.
I eat it, Jelly Roll. Because it's good for the heart, the body, and soul.
That's some good stuff, man.
I don't know why I need to do jazz hands with that. Make it extra.
It just makes you feel the vapors.
Because when I think Fat Boys, I think minstrels. But yeah, I listened to all that shit. And then I started like before the age of 12 when I moved to the white neighborhood and they told me to stop it. I had just started to like dabble in like what would become the gangster rap movement. Like again, I had Rhyme Pays. I had Power by Ice-T. I had Too Short's Life Is Too Short. I had the D.O.C. Gangstar. I had like a bunch of those cassettes because back then, children, you bought cassette tapes from the Columbia House.
Yes, well, I don't know if you bought them for a penny, but what you did after that is up for debate.
You ordered them and proceeded to bankrupt the company.
Yes.
So yeah, I listened. So it was so funny because I remember like as a kid, my collection of cassette tapes was like one half like kiddie stuff, like Disney disco Mickey Mouse,
really,
and like the other half was like all rap music.
Oh man.
So that was me, and I didn't really come to N.W.A. Weirdly enough, like I would discover N.W.A. much later, because I think by the time like that got popular, I was starting to move into heavy metal anyway, because again, I moved to the white neighborhood in like 88, 89. So what about you, Jesse? What's your history with the hip hop culture, maybe N.W.A. specifically, if you got any of that in you?
Yeah. I think at around this time, so I'm 10 when this album drops, I've been getting into hip hop. I mean, I think it's even referenced on this album, Wild Thing by Tone Loc.
Yeah.
It had started becoming...
Oh, my God. Fucking Tone Loc, young MC, just a white boy rapping his rap you've ever rapped.
Right, dude. So I was starting to enjoy the hip hop culture at that point because I was hearing it on the radio a good bit.
Yeah.
I can recall, picking up as mostly at the time, I didn't have the money, the funds to get anything from Columbia House, but I was recording plenty of things off of the radio, and whatever was being played at the time. Then I started getting into DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince.
Yes, every white person had that album.
Yes. He's the DJ. I'm the rapper.
It certainly was, Ollie.
There was a moment you and I connected by just making whatever Fresh Prince's bodyguard's name was, we made a quick connection because there's a song about him that whole time. I can't remember his name.
Because they reference him in a song.
Yeah, I mean the whole song is about
Charlie Mack.
Charlie Mack,
because he's the first out the limo.
He's the first out the limo, and I made a reference, and you followed it immediately up, and I was like, okay, Mark knows.
Jesse Starch, we always been down.
That's right, man. We've been down. But yeah, so I started listening to that. But yeah, when you look at DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince and what we're going to talk about here tonight, oh my goodness, complete difference.
This just fucking reminds me of like easy listening rap.
Really, I remember picking up like a compilation tape from Kmart that had, it had some Run DMC on there. It had some Fat Boy stuff, and it also had like the Duke of rapping, if I remember correctly, and it was just some dude doing a John Wayne impersonation, going duh.
You ever listen to Kool Mo D?
Kool Mo D, I remember a little bit of Kool Mo D. I used to see it. Coop's like, nope.
Coop's like,
never heard of him in my life.
Kool Mo D.
He had two popular songs. One was Wild Wild West. And,
all right. Yeah.
Fuck, what was the other one? Keep going, and I'll try to remember it.
Well, and I think also exposure to gangster rap, Public Enemy, I guess I should say.
Yes. Okay, so that does bring up an interesting question, though. Like, would you consider Public Enemy gangster rap? Because I wouldn't.
Man, I don't think I would either, because it's more like their motive was to educate you.
Well, yeah, their shit, they were very much like not gangsters.
Right.
Like Chuck D was like, be a Muslim, stop eating pork, get your knowledge, drop science, which for you white people.
Flavor Flav's like, I have a clock.
Right here.
Chuck D is like, better yourself as a black person. Don't give the white people what they want by being a criminal dumbass. And there's Flavor Flav going, I'm the minstrel. It's like
he's like Flavor Flav.
Flavor Flav.
Yeah, boy.
With the cross side, the fucking teeth, and the tongue coming out, like he just got beat with the Riri stick, man.
He looks like Shaquille O'Neal shooting a free throw.
Kobe.
Fucking pigeon-toed, cross-eyed, and cutting it the barn side of a broad.
And I don't want to get too sidetracked talking about Public Enemy because we could be here for another hour just doing that. But it was like, there's like Chuck D going, yeah, it takes a nation of millions to hold us back, but Uzi weighs a ton. Here comes Flavor Flav. Like, I'm not a part of this. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, man. But yeah, I think a lot of the exposure to that came from a good friend of mine who, you mentioned the tapes.
Yeah.
Man, he would come over to the house and he would, flip he had a dual side tape holder, those big leather bound cases that he would bring. And but it was all full of rap, just chock full of it. I can remember listening to Public Enemy for the first time because he had it in his
it's so funny because this is the Metal Hammer of Doom after all, and someone might be asking, like, why are these three honkies, why these three crackers talking hip-hop? Man, you ever go back and listen to fucking Public Enemy's My Uzi Weighs a Ton?
Oh yeah,
dude, like that's like if you're into metal, that's some metal shit right there.
Right, dude.
You go look at like Bring the Noise. They obviously did that with Anthrax. Go back even further. We talked about this. With Aerosmith and Run DMC and Walk This Way. Like there has been a marriage between rap and hip hop to the point where, and we're going to talk about this when we get to Straight Outta Compton. Yeah, it's clearly a hip hop album. Those beats are clearly derived from the hip hop culture, but there's a metalness to it. Like there's a heaviness to Straight Outta Compton that I think if you're not particularly prejudiced against it, and I don't mean like racist, I mean like you just like, I don't like rap music, I don't want to give it a chance. Like I'm in the car and like, again, I've been doing a metal podcast since the year of the flood. I like metal. I go to mostly metal shows. But I'm in the car and I'm listening to Straight Outta Compton, the Dope Man and all that. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm like headbanging and everything. There's a metalness to a lot of hip hop, especially in that area. Like they really did unknowingly or knowingly produce beats that would, and as they did, bring in the white folk.
Yeah.
Like there is something inherent in those beats. Robert Cooper, I know that you're not exactly down with the hippity hop, but at some point you got exposed to it, and you're here now. So how when did you start? What did you listen to? Like where did your hip hop awakening occur?
I mean, really, the most into hip hop that I ever got towards was like 2004 and 5 and shit. Because that's how I was transitioning out of the boy bands into finding something else in my life, which of course found Linkin Park, which there's some hip hop. It's new metal, so it has some of that.
Dude, have you ever
definitely
heard,
has rapping in it.
Have you ever heard the Linkin Park Jay-Z?
Oh yeah, I was a big fan of that at the time.
Yeah,
and listened to whatever came on MTV and VH1 and Fuse. I loved me some Fuse.
Oh, say
you some 50 Cent, some Eminem, some Lloyd Banks.
You brought up Jay-Z, and I wanted to throw another one out there. Like, you ever if I can hear 99 Problems, clearly a hip hop song, but that's got a metal edge to it if I've ever heard one.
Yeah, and then we got to listen to the original version. Remember? Because didn't Body Count cover it? And I was like, wow, yeah, Jay-Z's version was a lot better.
Yes, that is correct.
Because Ice-T's was just about fucking bitches.
Well, he has a focus, much like Whitesnake. Whitesnake and Ice-T, both just talking about fucking bitches. I just want to put that out there.
Well, please.
There's that marriage again.
Do a crossover.
Yes.
Bring those two bands together.
Yeah, Ice-Snake. Perfect.
I mean, we could go White Tea, but I don't know.
There's certainly a lot of that.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, I mean, I was never really like super huge into it. It was just more like a passing fascination because hip hop culture was, in a way, a lot more mainstream around then. There were lots of parts of it that were, I guess, just more socially prevalently promoted.
Yeah, man.
I watched the occasional 106 in Park. What can I say?
2005, I remember. That's about the point where I'm starting to kind of drift out of list. Well, I've probably out of it a little bit earlier than that, but I 50 Cent's big banger that hit in 2000. I want to say it was 2000.
In the club, yeah. Get rich or die trying.
Right. That's kind of where I started to like, okay, I'm not really into this as much as I used to be. And it is very mainstream at that point. Right. It really becomes mainstream.
Well, I'll tell you, like, there's a huge blind spot. Like, I can go back and listen to some of this stuff now. So, like, I've been listening to Straight Outta Compton in preparation for this podcast, but then I was reminded of when Ice Cube went solo and then he did a diss track called No Vaseline. And I was listening to that. I've always been a huge fan of Gorillas in the Mist by The Lynch Mob. I'm very fond of going up to one of my children. Yo, fuck great 8M Magilla Gorilla ain't a killer. Fight boys like Godzilla. My kids are just like, stop. And now this is recorded for all the people to see. But we talked about the Wu-Tang Clan, one of our more popular.
They ain't nothing to fuck with.
They ain't nothing. My children will tell you that. They know they ain't nothing to fuck with. But like there, and I remember like Jesse knows fucking Warren G. Regulators.
Oh yeah, mount up, sir.
There's so like, but a lot of the stuff like from the post Dr. Dre Snoop Dogg era, like I'm actually not tremendously familiar with. Like there's a whole like stuff that like filtered way into the mainstream. I was aware of, and some of it I actually enjoyed. To this day, Nelly still cry. My friend John and I just like couldn't stop saying, we just smoking fuck all day because of that one Nelly St. Louis by Nelly. Like it's weird because I can say like there's this huge blind spot I have to like an entire decade worth of hip hop, but some stuff reached me. Like if it got popular enough, it was everywhere. So like, what do you call it? DMX, Rough Riders.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
X gonna give it to you. What?
A couple good albums there.
Yeah. So like there's stuff that I'm like aware of, but I don't think I actually like bought a rap album for like the longest time.
Oh man, last one I think I bought was Life After Death by Biggie. And then I don't think I bought anything else after that.
And that's another one. Like we had like two cultural icons in Tupac and Biggie, to where like their feud with each other was sort of bigger than both guys individually. And people still talk about all of that.
I actually only own 2 hip hop albums.
Yeah.
And both of them, one I was found in a pawn shop, of course. It was Outkast. What was
Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music?
No, was that one that was almost like a double album? One was all Andre, the other one was all Big Boy.
That one, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I'll tell you
I
what,
can't remember the fucking name of it.
Outkast was another one that was quite popular around here for a while. My wife and I will still fucking bust a move. Again, thank you, fucking Tone Loc. Or so
and then the other one is, of course, I bought it off eBay. Ill Communication by the Beastie Boys.
Okay.
Oh, of course. Yeah, well, Robert Winfrey has ruined the Beastie Boys for me because they only have that one song, Sabotage. But yes, the Beastie Boys, if we could be serious for just a moment, they were a huge, huge cultural impact, despite fucking the naysayers in our chat saying otherwise.
I mean, the album we're about to listen to samples some of it. I mean, we're talking about it, so.
The last thing I was going to bring up, just because I'd like to talk about how neglected and abused I was. The last rap album I bought as a child before I kind of like started to switch over and started buying more metal was Luke Skywalker. As Nasty as They Want to Be. Help me. 2 Live Crew.
Oh, yeah.
2 Live Crew.
It's like Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
Fucking Star Wars.
Star Wars rap, baby. No, Luke Skywalker as nasty as they want to be. Because you know the track, Jesse. Me So Horny.
Oh, yeah.
Me love you long time.
Me love you long time.
That's a cultural touchstone of things that probably won't fly as well today.
My dad brought me to the record store. I got that for getting a good report card in the 6th grade.
See, that's what really kind of shielded me from a lot of this rap that we're getting ready to talk about.
A lot of rap is about pussy.
Yeah, there was. I mean, 2 Live Crew had hit, and there was a big controversy as to the lyrics that were going on in these things. There's no way I could talk my parents into picking that album up or letting me get it. Or here's what would happen: I would get it, and somehow if I got it, I mean, I have to worry about my parents going to find it.
Sit in that hole with my dick on. The fuck are you listening to?
There's no way I could listen to it and enjoy it. I mean,
where you going, Jesse? To the fuck shop.
No, you're going to church, son.
Get that shit out of here. Fucking skeet shoot in the backyard. All right. Do you want to go ahead? Are we good? Go ahead, Coop.
No, I was gonna say when I was in high school, we were talking about, we were like in a computer class, and it's like, what's your hobby? And this kid's like shooting skeet. And I looked at everybody and I'm like, I raised my hand, sir, how can you say that? It's like, it's a thing. It's where you shoot clay discs. I'm like, okay.
That is okay. Yeah.
I just thought it was masturbating.
Yep.
Sorry, you brought it up before. We were just sort of talking over each other, but that whole like Southern rap movement, and it was all I could think about is Master P. But every time I think about Master P, I think WCW.
Fucking WCW. I couldn't stand Master P.
Make him say, nah.
And when WCW brought him in, I mean, I already hated him. And then I was like, gosh, I've got to hear that. Nope, I'm not watching Thunder again.
What was hilarious with the Master P WCW thing, if I could just go on a slight tangent, was they were totally brought in to be fucking the faces, and Kurt Henning's like rap his crap group were the West Texas Outlaws, or whatever the fuck they were.
Right.
The West Texas Rednecks or something like that. They were supposed to be the heels, but because this is WCW and most of their audience is fucking white Southerners, we're like, woohoo, rap is crap. Like, talk about not knowing your audience. But to their, if like when you had the N.W.A all running around like fucking, yo, we're gangsters and shit. They're like, oh, well, people like this hip hop thing.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
they should have brought in New Jack.
Sure.
Oh boy.
All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and play our first video here, and it's gonna bring us into our discussion of N.W.A.'s Straight Outta Compton. Jesse Starcher, are you ready to witness the strength of street knowledge?
The strength of street knowledge.
Let's do this shit.
Straight out of condoms.
Oh.
Strength of street knowledge.
Yeah.
Now, that guy's shoe was on fire. Oh my gosh.
Ice Cube. So this is their debut album, and Ice Cube is introducing himself like we already knew who the fuck he was. Like, y'all know Ice Cube? No, sir. 5 minutes ago, you were on a school bus.
That's one of my favorite tropes of rap music. Y'all know who it is?
Yeah,
No,
y'all
we
know
don't.
who I am. I have no clue. You look like 12 other guys. No racism.
Something I really liked on this album, just listening to Ice Cube, he was really clever with his compositions.
Oh
yeah, no, Ice Cube was quite the wordsmith. Like the guy deserves every bit of success he's ever gotten. Whether or not you think he's a complete fucking asshole or not, he's a talented asshole. Niggas out the box daily. I say that around the house. I like to let my son know I'm knocking people out the box. People. I'm knocking people out the box daily.
I have been horribly led to believe that all of Compton is just bridges and underpasses.
These guys hang out with House of Pain, also hanging out in the underpass.
Oh no.
That's all. Look, rappers, they only hang out in underpasses. They're all homeless. So again, and this guy, Jed and I talked about this when we reviewed the movie, that like the thing that was said about N.W.A was like, oh, they were showing you a window into this other world. Like they were showing like the poverty of these districts of Los Angeles. But again, this stuff was out there already. Like the thing that often gets neglected in the conversation about hip hop or gangster rap was like the drug war was in full effect, and that shit was on the nightly news. People saw this. So like I don't know how much of this was that new to people.
Yeah, this is 88. I'm sure Cops has started, the show Cops.
Yeah.
It was probably really gaining steam.
Don't forget the throat goat Nancy Reagan's war on drugs.
Oh, yeah.
I mentioned that.
Yep. Put them in the paddy wagon. Them ne'er-do-wells.
I thought MC Ren was all right, but I don't feel like he stood out nearly as well as Ice Cube did. Or Dre.
No, as far as anyone knows, N.W.A was 3 guys: Eazy-E, Dr. Dre, and Ice Cube.
Yeah.
Ren and Yella may or may not have been in the group. Nobody really knows.
And then there's actually look, when there was a 6th guy, right?
Ren, Yella, Eazy, Dre, Cube.
There was a 6th guy.
Lorenzo?
Rolling the benzo.
It was Venus de Milo.
That's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles reference, folks.
It is.
D.O.C. You're thinking of the D.O.C.
No, it's who the fuck?
What? You're gonna have to go to the wiki.
I was just looking him up.
Eazy, Dre, Cube, Yella, Ren, and
That's what I'm doing.
Arabian Prince.
Arabian Prince. Which I didn't know. Apparently, in the movie, like he was not in the movie whatsoever. They just cut him out of any scene that he was actually involved in.
Yeah, they did. We'll just give him all his lines to MC Ren. He ain't doing shit in the movie anyway. What do you think of this video, Jesse?
Wow, some good stuff, man. Takes me back to Yo MTV Raps.
Reminds me of 1988.
I'll tell you what. I'm inspired to shoot a music video where we just walk around menacingly looking, and occasionally cops harass us. Because that's all it takes.
I won't load it up into a UPS truck, not an actual paddy wagon. Just throw me in the back of a UPS truck.
I want to we just throw it in the back of an ice cream truck. Like, get in there.
That would be a Fat Boys parody.
Fudgicles, you motherfuckers. Have a bomb pop.
Oh, shit.
All right. So let's talk Turkey. Straight Outta Compton is the debut studio album by American hip-hop group National Wrestling Alliance, which led by Eazy-E, formed in Los Angeles County, city of Compton in early 1987. Released by his label, goddamn they, Ruthless Records, on August 8th of 1988. The album was produced by N.W.A members Dr. Dre and DJ Yella. By the way, how moderately racist, self-effacing racism is the guy who's light-skinned brother and he calls himself Yella.
Oh boy.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Oh boy.
Freaking DJ hepatitis.
Oh no.
Sorry, I'll never forget that line from The Simpsons, or line from Family Guy, where they show up in Springfield. They're like, "Why does everyone look like they have hepatitis here?"
I was gonna say jaundice.
Sure. Anywho, why does that sound like the most uncomfortable thing you've ever heard me say? Like, you've heard me say so much worse, Jesse.
Oh well, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Don't let me bully you.
At least nobody's blacking up. All right.
Please.
You sure?
What is it? What is
Like I've already told you, I'm terrified of Al Jolson.
What were you gonna say, Jess?
So just get me to the track listing. Hurry.
Jesse's been like fucking anxious about this entire podcast for weeks now.
All day. I couldn't get to sleep. It's bad.
All right. The album was produced by N.W.A members Dr. Dre, DJ Hepatitis, and Arabian Prince, with lyrics written by N.W.A members Ice Cube and MC Ren, along with ruthless rapper the D.O.C. Not merely depicting Compton street violence, the lyrics repeatedly threatened to lead it by attacking peers and even police. The track "Fuck the Police" drew an FBI agent's warning letter, which aided N.W.A.'s notoriety, with N.W.A calling itself the world's most dangerous group. In 89, despite its scarce radio play beyond the Los Angeles area, Straight Outta Compton received the gangsta rap's first platinum certification. 1 million copies sold by them. That year, the album peaked at number 9 on the Billboard's top R&B and hip-hop albums chart, and number 37 on the Billboard 200, receiving media spotlight. N.W.A.'s example triggered the rap genre's movement toward hardcore gangsta rap. I'm sorry. I'm just still thinking about as nasty as they want to be. Like, yeah, sure, we're having an entire album rapping about fucking broads, but let's focus on N.W.A. Remastered, the album September 2002 reissue gained 4 bonus tracks. Nearing the album's 20th anniversary, another extended version of it arrived in December 2007. In 2015, after an album reissue on red cassettes, theater release of the biographic film Straight Outta Compton reinvigorated sales of the album, which by year's end was certified 3 times multi-platinum.
Wow.
Okay, and this is my favorite part of, like, whenever I do movie reviews about like really weird shit, or in this case album reviews. In 2016, it became the first rap album inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame. The next year, the Library of Congress, dear Jason Teasley, enshrined Straight Outta Compton and the National Recording Registry, who have deemed it to be culturally, historically, and aesthetically significant.
Somewhere Strom Thurmond is very angry.
I was thinking about my fucking daughter, like, you know, little feminist kid. The shit they say about women on this album is like,
oh yeah.
It was a different time.
To say,
I mean, they are like up in your face, and they're like, yeah. What does he say? I called her a bitch because that was the rule. Like, that's the rule, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, he's like, I didn't make this up. It's just that's just the rule.
That's the rule.
Well,
I have to do it.
It's so funny because we talk about like the big buzz thing right now is like narcissism, narcissistic men, narcissistic women. You know, this idea of like people getting together with other people just to see what they can get out of them. Fucking N.W.A was already talking about that. 1988, they were like, these bitches come looking for, like, what is it? Like, like oh, you know, like I'm gonna go after him for his money, but he ain't getting none. And like it really infuriates Ice Cube.
Right. Yeah, I was gonna say the whole "I ain't the one" track.
I ain't the one.
Completely about that.
Right. So like it's so funny because we'll go through this track by track, but like the thing that always gets the focus with Straight Outta Compton is Straight Outta Compton, dope man. It's like that street violence, drugs, etc.
Fuck the police.
Fuck the police. So much of this album though is women are terrible and will just take things from you don't want them to have. And boy, is that putting it mildly.
So, you know, it's just one of those. Maybe it's just a reality of the lives they lived as somebody who on the internet has been scammed. It happens.
Yeah, we don't.
But
we don't.
My hot, scary Italian girlfriend. Hello, Alexis. She knows people.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say we don't need to turn this into the He-Man She-Haters Club. However,
the He-Man Woman Haters Club.
Yes, but there is definitely a vibe with Straight Outta Compton. It's like 50% you about to witness the strength of street knowledge, and 50% women are terrible and they will hurt you. Like, these are some angry ass fucking dudes, and they are not thrilled with women. Like, they don't care about putting their dick in them. That's fine.
Oh yeah.
But outside of but like treating them like people, no, thank you.
They're not real people.
No, they're not into women as people. And like their complaint, it seems to be that like the women that they know, the women that they are used to dealing with, will use you and abuse you and discard you without a second thought. And they're not happy about it, Jesse. They're not happy about it.
No, they are not.
All right, so let's go through these track by track here. So we got Straight Outta Compton, which was written by Ice Cube, MC Ren, and the D.O.C. It's performed by Ice Cube, Ren, and Eazy-E. A lot of samples on this. And I fucking love this song. Like, as the lead off track to this, it really, we talk about that on the Metal Hammer of Doom proper. The lead off track sets the tone for the album. And if you don't set the right tone, you kind of lose your audience.
Oh, man.
This one, we just watched the video for it. You know, a lot of that song is just talking about like, we are products of this environment, and this environment has made us angry, and we want to tell you how angry we are, and we want to tell you how bad these streets are because people need to know, Tommy.
Yeah, this is just like you said, one of the it's a fantastic lead off track. I almost want to go as far to say like it's the best lead off track for an album that I've heard. I'm going to say top 10 probably. And I'll also say best way to start the song with fucking Ice Cube. And I mean, Straight Outta Compton, crazy motherfucker named Ice Cube. Oh my gosh. It is legitimately iconic.
Yeah.
That is when you think, okay, it's Straight Outta Compton. You're immediately going into the first thing that you hear from that song. And yeah, this is a real raw look at these guys' lives. What type of environment they were living in, obviously filled with violence. That is, I mean, that's on display here in this first song. It doesn't let off the pedal either as we go forward. But man,
I want to share this because this actually has a wiki entry. Straight Outta Compton was released July 10th, 1988 as the lead single from the album. It was voted number 19 on About.com's top 100 rap songs and is ranked number 6 on VH1's 100 greatest songs of hip hop. In 2015, it debuted number 38 in the Billboard Hot 100 on the issue dated September 5th of 2015 as a result of the recent releases of the group's film of the same name. It was the highest debut on the chart that week. This became the group's first top 40 hit, in large part due to the lack of airplay since N.W.A was banned from many radio stations. Gee, I wonder why. In the 1980s, charting 27 years after its initial release and 24 years since the group initially disbanded. In 2021, Rolling Stone listed the song at number 248 of their updated list of the 500 greatest songs of all time. You know, there's one thing for us to sort of gush about this as fans. But you can't knock the hustle when it comes to accolades. This song clearly resonates with people. Whether you're a hip hop fan or not, this is a raw, guttural song that reaches you even if you're not a fan. I would venture to say that if you've never heard the song before and you hear it for the first time, you're like, wow, this one really grabs you. Like there's something about this. Like it might turn you away if you're not into something this aggressive, but it gets your attention regardless.
Yeah. I mean, it really is. I agree that it introduces you to everything that this group is about and what they want you to know. And if you don't like it, fuck you, go somewhere else. Like, kind of like being in Compton, because, that's where I've been.
Okay, Whitey. The next song, Fuck the Police. And I don't want to get tremendously political here, but this song, in the 35th anniversary of Straight Outta Compton, some of this is as relevant today and resonant as it was 35 years ago. And we're not that far out of the Black Lives Matter movement. It's only a few years ago. we are still, as a nation, at the very least, still struggling with what is it that we want from our law enforcement officers. What do we want when it comes to enforcing the law? What do we want from these people? And the debate rages on. Fuck the police. Again, some of our friends would be like, well, statistically, okay, I'm not going to speak to statistics. I'm not going to speak to the great. Alrighty. I'm not going to speak to the greater experience of people and their encounters with law enforcement. But I will say these guys in N.W.A. had some experiences with the police. They were not great. And that, in a very punk rock way, that comes out in the song Fuck the Police. This is very, because even like Ice-T talked about that. It was anytime, in their opinion, I have to really like dance around the subject, but in their opinion, in their experience, when Black people encounter the police, white or Black or indifferent, they have negative experiences. There is prejudice. There is stereotyping involved. And they feel like they don't get a fair shake. And all of that, and again, in that punk rock way, in that resistance way, comes out in the song Fuck the Police, Jesse.
Yeah. Look, if you mentioned punk, and it made me think of like, just, it isn't about, this is clearly picking on the police. Obviously, sure. we're focusing on the police here, but in a broader sense, it's all about authority and fuck authority, especially those that abuse it. And you go and look at some of the punk songs out there. They just rail against those that are trying to direct their lives, do something about and influence them, or just make sure that they're on the straight and narrow. There are people that are like, no, I don't need this in my life. And who are you to tell me what's right and what's wrong?
Well, now, the similarity between punk rock music and rap music, they are both in many ways aimed at tearing down societal structures that impede freedom, impede people's rights.
Right.
If these societal pillars and structures aren't working for the masses because they've become corrupted or they become tools of any number of patriarchies, patriot or otherwise, right, then they should be torn down. They should be resisted. I think about like the gun control debate, and the argument for pro guns is, as Jim Jeffries said, if the government becomes a bunch of cunts, the people can rise up with their machine guns and take them out. I had, just as an aside, I saw a guy on TikTok do a stand-up bit about that where he was like, it doesn't really seem like maybe every 10 years or so we should have like 100 guys with guns versus one guy from the American military. And it's like, and like the way he does the joke is like it's like a sport. It's like, well, we got AR-15s and blah blah blah. And like, what do you have? Like, I have a drone with a Hellfire missile.
yeah, you got a little problem there.
Yeah, I know. The argument that we can take on the government with our Walmart machine guns, not great anymore.
Yeah, right.
But I'm not here to talk about that. But the point of it is, as you were saying, and I'll let you get back to it, is the song is about, again, resistance of a power structure that can be abusive.
Yeah, and that's why it spoke to so many people. That's why it caught fire, because you weren't turning the radio on and hearing this at all.
No.
This wasn't what was out there, being put out there by.
Well, also think about it, like in your neighborhood with your parents and your culture, how many times have you heard always respect the authority, always respect the police?
Oh yeah, you're brought up like that.
Right. I know I have cops in my family. I remember there was some podcast we did not that long ago where Sean Comer was talking about like he has cops in his family. Like to have a police officer or deputy in your family is not an uncommon thing. It's kind of like being a teacher or a nurse. It's a job almost anyone can get. And a lot of people do. And so we all have, to one degree or another, personal or cultural experiences with law enforcement.
Yeah.
And some of us have had great experiences, and some of us have had a mixed bag, and some of us have had awful experiences.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those things where I think you're right, and I think it's kind of a brilliant point. to talk about frustrations with law enforcement is a widely resonant thing, because even if you've just been pulled over for a ticket, it's still not a particularly pleasant experience.
No. And the fact that it's so different from what you were getting, I think that's what made people go, okay, number one, I can identify with their frustration a little bit, but hot damn, this sounds good. This isn't something that I'm usually getting. And it's something that it will definitely stick around for quite a while. You mentioned this album. I listened to this album, and this is a very similar situation where I had gotten a dubbed tape of Body Count. Someone gave me a dubbed tape of N.W.A. Straight Outta Compton. So I've listened to this album quite a bit, probably when I was 11 or 12, mowing the yard. I'd throw it into the Walkman. And I'd sit.
Police.
I could, dope man, stuck in my head for the longest time. But it was one of these things where I was like, man, this is straight from the underground, as they say. That's where this came from. This is this is total underground. How much more underground can you get when the radio's not going to play you, MTV's not going to play you? This is where.
But like Jurassic Park, man, life finds a way. You can't keep a good idea down.
Right, man. You cannot at all. So yeah, it's again a lot of people just wanted to. Not only that, it was even if you were like, man, I really respect the authority. If you're an open-minded person,
the authority. Respect the authority. Follow your instructions.
If you were, but you are an open enough minded person to understand that, people in different areas of the country and areas of the city are going to be impacted in different ways.
Sure.
Then this opens their eyes to a part of that experience.
It definitely says to a kid who maybe questions it, like, I've got cops in my family. Some of them act peculiar. Some of them act in a not so savory way. But these are my uncles. These are my grandparents. These are my parents. These are my cousins. What do I do? What am I supposed to feel about this? How am I supposed to feel about this? And then you hear a song like this, you're like, okay, it's not the world's worst thing in the world to have some negative opinions about law enforcement when it's earned.
Yeah.
And isn't music a great way for people to understand each other and find each other and show like, hey, there are more things that bring us together than separate us. You just have to, find your people. And it's something I talk about with movies. Like, that is the purpose of art. Art brings us together. It shows, disparate people that they have commonalities more so than they thought they did.
Yeah. Right.
I want to break up this intellectual discussion of enforcement by talking about that idiotic skit at the beginning of the song.
Oh, and that's at the end too, isn't it? At the end where they throw his ass in jail and he's like, "Fuck you
black motherfuckers!" Can we just say that I'm not enjoying their presentation of white people? We don't talk that way.
Oh,
I don't know.
Fuck you black motherfuckers.
You gotta really put the hard R there,
I just know a lot of white people who drop the R at the end. I'm just saying, like, we drop the R too. Like,
I love the fact that at the end, like
Italians don't fucking fuck up the English language on an ongoing basis.
At the end, they're like, "You're guilty of being a redneck white bread chicken shit motherfucker." Yeah. And he's like, "Wait, that's a lie."
I'm like, "That's a goddamn lie."
Dude, it's an opinion. Is all it is. Really, it's not a fucking. It ain't a lie or.
Can you imagine though? Like, you were guilty of being a white trash chicken shit motherfucker. I'd like to see your evidence of that, sir.
Yes, please.
Where was I a chicken shit? I'd like to see your data.
Oh, man.
Show me the fossils.
Show me the fossils. All right. Some demographic information on "Fuck the Police" is a protest song. No shit. That appears on Straight Outta Compton. The lyrics protest police brutality and racial profiling. That's what I was trying to say before. Racial profiling. And the song was ranked 425 on Rolling Stone's 2004 list of 500 greatest songs of all time. In 2021, Rolling Stone re-ranked the song at number 190 in an updated list. Since its release in 1989, "Fuck the Police" slogan continues to influence popular culture in the form of t-shirts, artwork, political expression, as transitioned into other genres as seen in cover versions by Bone Thugs and Harmony, Dope, which is an awesome cover, Rage Against the Machine, and the Cottonmouth Kings featuring those paragons of culture, the Insane Clown Posse.
Cottonmouth Kings.
Fucking magnets.
How do they work?
How do they work?
Let's see. The song in the group were parodied in the 1994 hip-hop mockumentary Fear of a Black Hat. Its soundtrack album is a single for a fictional gangster rap group called N.W.A.
N.W.A.
with hats as fuck the security guards. It's featured in Straight Outta Compton, the movie, and the song was satirically referenced in South Park season 19 episode Naughty Ninjas, with the townspeople protesting the police. Oh, that's fantastic. All right. Next song on the hit parade, we've got Gangsta Gangsta. That is written by Ice Cube and performed by Eazy-E, Ice Cube, and MC Ren, and has 97 fucking samples in this thing.
Jesus.
Which is by Girls by the Beastie Boys. Oh, and Jesse, you know this one. Lottie Dottie.
Oh, we likes to party. We don't cause trouble. We don't bother
nobody. That's Doug E. Fresh and Slick Rick.
We'll just cement this on the mic.
Impeach the President by the Honey Drippers.
Don't know that one.
It's gonna be my wrestling tag team name, the Honey Drippers. Anyway, Gangsta Gangsta is a fun song. What do you think about that one, Jesse?
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, it's catchy. That's what they're yelling. Is
gangsta,
gangsta. Yeah, man, it's crazy because the first two tracks of this album are like, I don't know how you get any better. You go into Gangsta, it's kind of hard to live up to the, what just came before.
Is it weird that like Gangsta Gangsta is kind of like their happy song? Gangsta, yeah, that's me. Gangsta. Yo, can I get a G? Like it's so because the other ones have such a harshness to them, and then Gangsta comes out like we're just happy to kill people.
Yes, indeed.
We're just happy to sell drugs and murder people. It's fine.
White, please.
Yes.
Yeah, there is a lot of samples on this thing. I don't know who the Ohio Players is, but I'm gonna have to look that up. American Funk Band, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, I would say that again, it's hard to live up to the first two. So this is a good one. I mean, I enjoyed what I heard, but doesn't.
The song conveys the dangers of living in the streets of Compton. Duh. But also speaks of the appealing side of gangsta life. So if you're out there, folks, and you're thinking, I'm a little lost in this world, my 9-to-5 suit and tie job, I need to get out of this, I need to get out of this pedestrian life. Live the happy life of a gangsta.
If just remind everybody that if you fuck with me, I'll put a foot up your ass.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
This song has been covered or otherwise remade several times since its release. Among them include versions done by The Game, Triple H. No, just kidding. The Game, the rapper, Mac 10, and the 57th Street Rogue Dog Villains with Tech 9.
Put that on the marquee.
And a parody lyrics appear in The Salmonizer by Guar. Yeah.
Nice. I do want to say something real quick, reviewing the lyrics off of this. With the unfortunate stuff that happened with Eazy-E, hearing, we want to fuck you, Easy. I want to fuck you too. And I'm like,
it was like, I want to fuck you too. I'm like,
don't do it, Easy.
I don't know about that, guys.
These guys are not, but these guys are not subtle.
No.
I want to fuck you, Easy. Well, I want to fuck you too.
No.
Which I thought was a hilarious line.
There's no romance. It's Straight Outta Compton. None.
No romance, straight boning.
Yeah, it's this is not Foreigners. I want to know what love is, and I want you to show me. I want to know what love is.
I want you to bone me.
I want to know what love is. I want to fuck you easy. Anywho, so the next three tracks here, I just want to kind of take these all at once. If it ain't rough, it ain't me. That's MC Ren's like one fucking track on here. Here's your fucking
yeah.
Here's your welfare track.
Damn.
Then you have parental discretion is advised. Is spelled I-Z, by the way.
Yeah, look out.
This is written by the D.O.C, MC Ren, Ice Cube, and this is performed. This was like their posse cut, Jesse. This is their fucking Wu-Tang Clan.
Wu-Tang Clan. Yep, get together here.
Yes, the D.O.C, Dr. Dre, MC Ren, Ice Cube, and Eazy-E is his name, straight out of Compton. And then we have 8 Ball. 8 Ball's got a really funky beat to it.
Get that 8 Ball rolling.
I got that 8 Ball rolling. Yeah, these. So we're into like the middle portion of the album here, and it's a lot of the same. Like, it's not bad necessarily, but at this point, you get what these guys are all about, and they're not saying a whole lot different. Like, we never get to the ballad. You know what I mean? Like, there's never like, and here's our thoughts on this subject far removed from what we normally talk about. Nope. It's the same shit song after song.
Yeah. Again, it's, just like you said, it's kind of driving home all of the stuff that we were getting already. And really it all comes down to Dr. Dre making this stuff stand out. That's him and his beats and making the songs set apart from each other. That's really their strong suit when you compare them. I think out of those 3, I'll go ahead and say parental discretion is advised is my favorite of the 3. And even though we got everybody in on it, I think it's a good way of showcasing my goodness, like everything. And these are not short songs either. Like, this is a 5-minute song.
Kind of impressed. I didn't expect song lengths like this at all.
Right, dude. Right.
Like 5-minute tracks almost every time.
Yeah, pretty close to it. Something like that. Track number 7 is MC Ren. I don't remember this one. I've listened to this album like 10 times. Go ahead.
I thought it was funny that the way it got its title, it's what are we gonna call this song? And I forget what he said, but he's like, something like that.
Yeah. If I have to be like critical about this album, a little editing maybe. Like, let's get some of these, or there's a little too much repetition. But Express Yourself is a very standout song because, again, like as we talk about N.W.A, we talk about the harshness, we talk about that punk rock feel. But there's these occasionally like I said, like gangsta, where they're just like, listen, we're not always miserable.
Right.
We're happy-go-lucky fucking fun guys. We just, we have some rough opinions about things. And Express Yourself is one of those songs where lyrically it's as harsh as any song on here, but it's got such a great like upbeat sound to it. And like that whole idea like it has an innocence till you realize what the song's really about, which is like, oh, be yourself, talk about, get your art out there, get your feelings out there, show yourself to the world. Don't keep it all inside. Express yourself. And then you hear the lyrics, you're like, oh my God.
Oh, my pearls.
Yeah. Express Yourself contains samples from Charles White and the Watts 103rd Street Rhythm Band song of the same name. Unlike most songs on the album and by the N.W.A, the song is devoid of profanity and violence.
Let's just stop real quick, okay?
Yes, sir.
Because lyrically, I have to point this out. I made a mistake earlier.
Yeah.
I sent you guys a lyric, and I was like, I can't believe that there's this like weird anti-drug message in here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Dr. Dre in Express Yourself that says the following: I still express, I don't smoke weed or cess because it's known to give a brother brain damage. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Dre the Chronic.
Yeah.
I mean, what if look, things changed, obviously. Something changed because it's interesting. I'm gonna click on this because I'm kind of like watching. Yeah, it's so funny.
Can we do like a little David Simon for just a moment, Jesse? Because I need to say to you, yo, man, there's a lot of brothers out there flaking and perpetrating, but scared to kick reality. Man, you've been doing all this dope producing. You ain't had a chance to show them what time it is. So what you want me to do?
Now, see, Mark, you're quoting something, and I cannot follow it up, so you're gonna have to do it.
Express yourself.
Oh, express yourself. There you go.
Express yourself. I'm expressing what my full capabilities, and now I'm living in correctional facilities.
I'm looking right at the lyrics right now. So yeah, I mean, it's so funny when you click on that little bit in the Genius lyrics, the immediate thing it takes you to is Dr. Dre's Chronic, and it's hilarious. But anyway, yeah, this is a Dr. Dre special. He's kind of telling you about what goes into him enjoying himself, especially making music, and that's what he is known for.
The song's lyrics focus on the concept of free expression and the constraints placed on rappers by radio censorship. The song is notable for including lines criticizing other rappers for not swearing in order to get radio airplay.
Yes.
Despite the song itself containing no profanity, being based on a pop music sample with a clearly radio-friendly tone. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Let's start to wrap up here. The last couple of tracks here, we got Compton's in the House. I Ain't the One. This is a great song. The Dope Man. Can we talk about the Dope Man for just 1 second?
Sure.
Because, yo, Mr. Dope Man, you think you're slick. You sold crack to my sister, and now she's sick. But if she happens to die because of your drugs, I'm putting in your funeral a 38 slug bang.
I like I said, there's some like weird anti-drug messages
it's
here.
So like, funny because like the N.W.A. and what we'd like to talk about is how we shouldn't do drugs.
Yeah, don't do drugs, folks, or at least buy from us and
get your drugs, fucking bullshit free from the N.W.A. folks.
I started a documentary on Amazon yesterday. I didn't get a chance to finish it, but it was so funny because me and Mindy are sitting there watching it, and the guys are talking about the beginnings of the band and the people where they came up with and or where they came up at, what they were doing, and instead of calling them drug dealers, they were calling themselves street pharmacists. Yeah, I was like, okay, all right then, fair enough. But I want to also, before we move on to that next track, I Ain't the One. All right. Ice Cube is speaking to me.
Yeah.
Ice Cube says a line in here about something. The girls want them to take him out to want him to take her out to eat, and he's like, "I'm thinking Burger King," and I'm like, "You, sir, are speaking my language."
Ice Cube, do you think you could give me some money to get my hair done?
Why? Your hair looks fine.
Yes, that is
your hair right now.
I've said that. I have said those things.
Well, baby, I gotta get it done every week, and I need my nails done too. Look, I'm gonna tell you like this: I ain't the one to get played like a poo butt. Let me tell you how many girls. Let me tell you how many girls I've told I ain't getting played like a poo butt.
A poo butt.
Years I've heard that line.
I've that's my first time hearing it, and it was beautiful. It was life-changing, just like my wonderful Italian girlfriend.
We get it, you're getting laid. Knock it off.
I
ain't the one to get played like a poo, but see if I'm from the street, so I know what's up. On these silly games that's played by the women, I'm only happy when I'm going up in them.
When I heard that, I was like, damn. Well, at least he's got his priorities straight.
Yeah, after the date, I'm a want to do the wild thing. You want lobster, huh? I'm thinking Burger King.
I love that. I was like, I'm thinking Burger King. I'm like, damn.
There was a conversation that took place earlier today between Melissa and I, and we were talking about like people in the dating sphere that look to see what they can get out of another individual. Their whole modus operandi for dating is to see how little they can get away with to get the other person to give them as much as they want from them.
Yeah.
This song was written in fucking 1988. We're still talking about this. This is still a relevant thing in 2023. And like you hear this, you're like, oh, well, that's just a Compton thing. That's just a ghetto thing. No, that is like my life thing. And I'm like almost 50 and living in Tampa.
Right. Dude.
This still happens, and it happens everywhere.
Yeah. Show Me a Hero. We're going to be talking about that in the next week. There's a character in there, a young lady who ends up getting pregnant, and there is a very big parallel that I drew from this song to that person, that character on that show, because it was like she didn't have the smarts to take care of herself. She didn't have the drive to take care of herself. Instead, she wanted somebody else to take care of her, or at least she didn't think she had to do anything in order to take care of herself. She could have a man she could lean on. Now, granted, that's not the way it goes down in Show Me a Hero, because things change for that girl pretty quickly. But it's strange because I assume that obviously Ice Cube here is pointing out an important part of the culture, when in fact all these women are just like, I can't figure out a way to take care of myself. I'll have somebody else take care of me in a certain way. Maybe I'll give him, a few things, but just like you said, it'll be along the lines of like, how much can I get from this person before I use them all up and move on and find somebody else, so I don't have to do anything myself.
Yeah, here's the fucking money line. I don't care how they look. If they got money, we can hook up, but they ain't getting none. Yeah, I just make them think they're gonna get some. Play with their mind a little bit and get that money. Oh, Ice Cube, can I have some money, please? Let me tell you how that's my fucking life right there.
Yeah.
Take me to a concert, Daddy.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh my.
We'll talk later.
Is it back to basics on that one?
Not for long. All right, moving on.
Everybody's
fucking
in the UFO.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, I've straightened my beard out.
Hey.
We got Quiet on the Set. It's another MC Ren joint, and then Something to Dance To by Arabian Prince. So that is Straight Outta Compton. It's not by any means perfect, but it is resonant. It is relevant. It is hardcore. It is groovy. It is a standout album in American culture, and even the Library of Congress agrees. I got an article here, just real quick. N.W.A. Straight Outta Compton turns 35, album anniversary. This was written by Jesse Drucker on the website albumism.com, August 5th. Straight Outta Compton is one of the rare albums that changed the direction of hip-hop music. As a group, the history N.W.A. has been well documented, subject to countless interviews, articles, books, feature films, and documentaries. They are probably one of the most studied rap groups ever. It's not Two Live Crew. Just kidding. Straight Outta Compton, released 35 years ago, is the central reason for their fame. It's not accurate to say N.W.A. created the gangster rap. This is what I was saying before. Its origins date back to the mid-1980s with artists like Philadelphia's Schoolie D. Oh, Jesse, you know some Schoolie D.
Schoolie D, my goodness.
Yes, sir.
Back.
And fellow Los Angeles rapper Ice-T, among others. But it is accurate to say that with Straight Outta Compton, N.W.A. took gangster rap and sharpened it into a weapon. More accurately, turned it into a heavy cudgel to beat their critics into submission. By all accounts, none of the members of the group truly realized the impact Straight Outta Compton would have. Dre has said it took him only a few days to put together all the beats for the album. Studio sessions were fueled by liquor and weed, because of course they were. But what emerged was perhaps the most influential hip-hop album ever recorded. It started Dr. Dre down the path to becoming the most influential industry mogul and hip-hop's most recognizable producer. It helped make Ice Cube the most powerful pop culture presence he is today, and it got the group inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame back in 2015. So that is Straight Outta Compton, and we lost Coop again. All right, Jesse. Well, I was going to play his video next, but I guess we'll end with that. Let's go ahead and talk some Third Base, buddy.
Third Base.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Okay. So this is another one of those tapes that my buddy had, and everybody knows this song. This is probably the song from Third Base.
Mm-hmm.
Can't say that I've listened to too much else by them.
You don't think it's the fucking Gas Face?
You're the one that told me about that song, and I was like, "What is
JP gets the Gas Face?" I'll go into my kid's room and I'll give him the Gas Face. Clean your room.
So, this is an iconic. I think this was late 80s. This came out in 89, maybe 90. I can't remember, but this is going to lampoon some pop, specifically one Vanilla Ice.
Yeah, when they looped it.
Oh, get ready.
All right.
So I'm ready, man.
Oh, Jesse Starcher, pop goes the weasel, and the weasel goes pop.
Goes the weasel, and the weasel goes pop.
Time! I said, drop those pencils!
Another fucking video that takes place in the classroom.
We were traumatized apparently in our school.
I swear to fucking God, man. 1/3 of the videos classrooms, the other third warehouses.
Oh, MC Search.
You know I'm legit. You know why? Because I'm from the street.
Ugh.
Word to your mother's uncle.
Word to your mother.
Word to your mother's uncle.
Here we go. Third base. Pop goes the weasel. It's a great song. Rap against phony entertainers. 91, son. Something's gotta change. Yeah, nothing changed, buddy.
Yeah.
I hate to tell you lost that fight.
The one is it Pete Nice that's the front of the guy in the suit here? I'm trying to figure out who's here.
I don't remember which one's Pete Nice.
I know MC Search is the one with the glasses, I'm pretty sure.
And I'm guessing it's Pete Nice.
Yeah. So, anyway, he's just so
it's so funny because like one guy's like all fucking hip hopped out, the other guy just like walked in from court. Look, it's the Godfather.
What is going on here? Like, are they?
Oh shit!
Coop, you ever heard this one?
No. What is this one?
This is third base. Pop goes the weasel.
Pop goes the weasel.
Yeah. This is like the best and worst of this era of rap.
Right.
90, yeah, I've never heard of it.
Yeah, 1991. We're going to notice a caricature of Vanilla Ice here in a few.
You know, I should have put my song as Informer by Snow.
Yeah,
because I post that every time it snows. And you know, in North Carolina, it's not very often.
Nope.
So the joke never gets old.
Jesse, how many
like an anti-vax child or something.
Can we talk about this video for just one moment? How many shots have they cut? Where Pete Nice is sitting in 97 different locations.
Pete Nice and his fold away throne. You can just pick it up and go to the beach, sit down on his throne.
Okay, and you looped it. Looped it. And they hooped it. And now you're getting sued kind of stupid.
Good stuff.
The dancing in this is phenomenal.
Oh, man.
Look, I'm doing it.
So, you know, the reason why this came to mind, I remember this video, but it was mainly because we talked about this. MC Search's discussion that you can find on YouTube about the little guy from Ghetto Boys. What was his name? Oh my goodness, can't remember. But anyway,
yo, get a disc tape from Sam Goody, Jesse Starcher. Go to the mall with the white folks and get a disc or tape at Sam Goody.
See, I was thinking of his MC Starch. Like when he hits the 90s, do we just go calling him straight pants or something? Because he's always starched.
That's right.
No, well, in the 80s he was MC Starch. In the 90s he was Starch D.
Starch D? Oh, he's Starch D because it's always stiff.
The weasel goes pop. The weasel. Pop goes the weasel. Oh, there it is. He had some trouble with Vanilla Ice. That's just assault.
Beat the crap out of him.
Pop goes the weasel goes pop.
That was like, I mean, yeah, that was that song just straight up nothing but about Vanilla Ice and like beating his ass? I don't know.
Here's my question for you, MC Starch. Does anyone give a shit what the guys in third base think about pop music or rap? I'm just going to throw that out there. Like
back then,
them, that was a serious issue. They're like, we have to take it back from Vanilla Ice, and everyone's like, go fuck yourself. Who cares?
Yeah,
who the fuck is third base.
Well, and boy, I would love to dive into what the whole machinations of that that controversy was that they were trying to apparently show everybody like oh my goodness, because they were white rappers as well.
And they're so angry. They're not quite N.W.A. angry, but they're just like, we're so mad that white people. We're so mad that white
golly gee, just wait till you hear from my lawyers.
No, white people done stole the rap music, Jesse, and we're gonna take it back.
I wish to speak to your manager, sir.
Yeah. Fucking Everlasting House of Pain's going, what are you so mad about? Just jump around.
Jump around.
Just jump
up, and get down.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. It looks like they say that they broke up in 92, 1 year after that. Can you believe that?
Yeah, the pressure got to him.
Oh man.
All right. Well, it's list time, Jesse.
Oh, good.
The 5 zillion rap songs since the history of Earth.
Everybody that's listening to this right now does not believe you're joking.
All right. Metal Injection's top epic metal covers of hip-hop classics. No matter how opposite two genres may sound, they're all destined to cross-pollinate at some point in history. From a wild experiment by Anthrax and Public Enemy in the early 1990s to the pop goes craze of the 2000s to the current YouTube era of epic bedroom covers. You just heard my eyes cross. These are the best rap goes metal tracks. I have not.
Oh boy, The Devil Wears Prada.
They're coming.
Oh, hot dog.
They're coming to Tampa, I think, in October.
I'll pass.
So The Devil Wears Prada covered "Still Fly" by Big Timers, from the Punk Goes Crunk. Not the one I would have picked.
Punk Goes Crunk.
Oh, you've never heard this?
I think that track actually is kind of fire, if I'm not mistaken.
This one?
Because the Whale of an Ex that I have used to play it all the time.
Your ex fucking Dewdrop?
Fuck it, yeah. She. I don't know. She might have been bigger.
Okay. So my
Bertha Faye.
You're gonna get me in trouble. The track I would have picked from Pop Goes Crunk would have been like the Little John cover. Put Your Hood Up. That one I really like. That's on one of my favorite Spotify favorite songs playlist. Put your hood up. I don't remember this one though. I'm gonna play a little bit of it. Here we go. This is The Devil Wears Prada by Still Fly. For a white guy. Not that song.
That's not that song.
It's not that song.
What's up? Fresh is our turn, baby.
Yeah, I have no idea what either one of these songs are. Or I should say I know what I don't know what this song is, nor do I know what the artist is.
I was gonna say, yeah, one's an artist.
There's only one song.
So Still Fly by New Orleans. I gotta lower this. Still Fly by New Orleans rap duo Big Timers. No fucking clue.
Yeah, same.
It's not a bad song though.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely catchy. It's got that chlamydia vibe to it.
Yeah.
Chlamydia.
Oh shit! Here we go. I'm dancing, Jesse. I'm dancing.
You're dancing. I see.
Are you picking up change?
Picking up change.
Which, by the way, I went to 2 shows this past month.
Yeah.
One was Cynic and Atheist, so jazz fusion death metal.
Yeah.
So not of a little bit of an older crowd, a little more reserved, not much moshing.
Mm-hmm.
But at last week, I went and saw Toxic Holocaust and Havoc. They were doing push-ups in the fucking pit.
Woo! Let me tell you, the latest dumb thing I've seen at concerts is the guys rowing. I saw this at an Amon Amarth show, and then they did a hailstorm. I'm like, can we not fucking sit on the ground and row, you asshole?
Oh yeah, when I went and saw Sabaton, they I actually have it on video because we were in the VIP area where so above, and I've got fucking downward angle of them fucking rowing the boat. And it was a big ass boat.
Can we not? Oh my god, white people are
fucking white people.
Yeah, no shit. All right, speaking of white people, this next one I know from Too Legit from the Pit. This is fucking a badass cover. Jesse, have you ever heard this one? Throwdown's Baby Got Back?
Yeah,
this is the whole reason we covered a Throwdown album back in the day. You remember that?
Fucking Throwdown.
Yeah, I remember. And I really ended up liking Throwdown's album that came out like right before the one we listened to and covered. But yeah, this was a good one. And it's great too, because they even throw their own band name out there in the song.
Yes.
And you want a Triple X Throwdown? Oh, ladies and gentlemen.
Do we want to hear a little bit of it, or we know this one? We know it's awesome.
I do. I know it. I know it pretty well.
I've never heard it.
Oh, okay. Well, here we go. Throwdown by Baby Got Back by Throwdown.
And yeah, I remember it being really good.
Yeah. I still remember the first time I heard like the actual song, like with no warning. Yeah. Wasted a rapping in your face. It's such a ridiculous song to be this hardcore.
I agree.
Like, why are you angry about big asses?
Because they can't have them.
Your picture. Try to warn me. Me so horny. Love that again. And use me. Use me. True, Benny.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Good shit, man. What do you think about that one, Coop?
That's fucking rad.
Yes, it is. All right.
How old am I?
Oh boy.
This next one, my kids are on this shit. Okay.
Yes.
I've never heard this song before.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. So this one and Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. These are staples around my house. This whole Loud Rocks album was fucking badass. Like this was at a time where we're in the post Judgment Night era. Where all you got was compilations of rap and metal. This was one of them. Like, just get through this together. And there were some bangers on here. This being one of them. System of a Down and the RZA doing Shame from the Wu-Tang Clan. Hard as a rock, baby.
It's good stuff.
Coop, you ever hear this one?
I've not heard the original. I've not heard the cover.
You're not into? Are you not into System of a Down? Or
no, I'm just not into the Wu-Tang Clan so much.
That would be a better question. I'm a dumbass. Sorry. Yes, not as familiar with the Wu-Tang Clan. Got it. All right. Well,
yeah, like it's one of those. They're kind of one of those cultural osmosis sort of things where I just know enough about them.
Well, fuck it, we bring them up enough on this show
because ain't nothing to fuck with.
Because Jesse and I are black from the waist down. You know what I mean? All right, so here we go.
Frostbite is a very serious issue, sir.
Right. This is Shame by the RZA and System of a Down. I have to adjust the sound on every single one of these. It's really annoying. Yo, Jesse, I'll fuck your ass up. Fuck up, son. Try to run game up. Come off myself every single time.
Yeah.
What's up?
That's good stuff, man. I remember it's been a long time since I've heard this song too.
I listened to this.
It dropped off my radar. It's probably because I don't know if this album's on Spotify.
Yes, it is because I listened to it.
Is it really?
Yeah, dude. All last summer, all I did was play this for my kids, driving back and forth to the deck.
Such a great cover.
I'll tell you what, man. I don't always love System of a Down, but when they bang hard.
Yeah.
I just love the cover band where everybody had Down syndrome, System with the Downs.
Yo, who fuck what with trigger? All right, so that's that. We all know this one.
We all know that one.
Anthrax and Public Enemies, Bring the Noise, baby.
Yeah.
And then there's Flavor Flav.
And there's Flavor Flav.
He's like, I'm in it again. What am I doing here?
White people.
What are you doing here, Flavor Flav? A very brief cameo. Boy!
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
This is why aliens don't stay long on this planet. All right. Speaking of which, Rage Against the Machine's How I Could Just Kill a Man. Did I tell you that my son was like, he liked this version better than the original?
Oh wow. Well, you know what?
A man of culture.
Yes,
I do not blame him for liking this one. This is a good one.
Yeah,
good cover.
Dude,
you should play that for your son, Jesse. So he has a song to come out to come playoff time.
No, I love it.
Old Big Country with Bryant Reeves.
That'd be great. I was hoping like maybe I could get him a nickname like such as Body Count, And that would be great. Like he's like this big motherfucker that's like knocking people over.
Body counts in the house.
Body counts in the
That'd be
house.
perfect, dude. If I could just get it to catch on, it'd be a great walk-in song.
It'll also go over really well in BFE, Ohio.
Oh yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Do we need to play any of How I Could Just Kill a Man by Rage Against the Machine?
I know it by heart.
I know it.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. I have no idea what this next one is because I'm
not
familiar with
God.
6ix9ine.
Tekashi 6ix9ine.
I don't know what any of it. This could be another fucking language for all I know.
When you start putting numbers to replace letters, I just get confused. I'm like, look, man, you obviously are on a different planet compared to what I usually am used to. So
let's drop some science, Jesse. You ready to drop science?
Is this? Oh no, it's Gooba, not Booba. I was thinking of Booba.
That's a different thing. All right, so Tala wasted no time covering Gooba's 6ix9ine. The controversial rapper released his Back from Prison track, like you do, on May 8th, 2020, and by May 10th, Tala had already posted a cover of Gooba to YouTube. Vocalist Justin Benitez really shines on this track, proving again why he's new metal's man of 1,000 voices. It's about as deranged as 6ix9ine looks and way too much fun to listen to. All right, let's give it a whirl.
God, I hate 6ix9ine. And the guy's one of those like, yeah, I'm a troll. You should hate me. I'm like,
yeah.
Just don't give him any attention.
Yeah, like a girl.
Have you ever seen what this guy looks like?
I don't know what any of this shit is. This is where we cross into the I'm old Rubicon.
You know what's funny?
There comes a point where I have tuned out of culture, Robert Cooper of the Screaming Boy podcast. I have no idea.
So I keep getting called old because I'm 31. She's 25.
Ouch.
And she keeps calling me old. But then I hang out with Mark Radulich and DJ Straight Pants Jesse Starcher. And I'm like, you know what? I ain't that old.
Yeah, there's a 30-year-old girl who we had this conversation the other day, so I'm going to currently refer to her as my situation. She's my situation, Jesse.
Okay.
Not a girlfriend. She's not a partner. It's not. She's my situation.
Okay.
I hurt myself rolling my eyes just now. And a little part of me. She is the situation. She's my only situation. She is my only situation.
I swear that's a rapper's name too. Is the situation?
It's the fucking asshole from
Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
There it is. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe that's what he named his abs.
So yeah, the situation is 30 years old. So nothing like hanging out with a girl who's 20 years younger than you.
Hey, it's almost like hanging out with me, except you don't want her to leave the sex party.
Yeah, it depends on what day. It depends on what day I'm talking to her. Anyway,
good old red wedding.
Here we go. This is Shark Week. This is Tala covering Gooba by some dude.
By pedophile and snitch.
In order to appreciate the cover, you got to know what the hell the original is, and I don't know if I can do this here.
I'm just saying, they've got an oven over there. It's electric.
It's not bad. I get down to this. All right, it's enough of that, though.
Yes, please.
All right, and then I think we are down to our... No, we got two more.
Now this is a guy that you've showed me on YouTube
his
quite
whole
a few times.
thing to like advertise his studio and wherever the fuck he lives is doing covers on YouTube. I've not heard this one though. This is Leo Maraccioli, Gangsta's Paradise by Coolio. So let's hear this one. Frog Leap Studio. He's really funny. He actually put some pretty creative stuff together.
Right.
And the best part of this is him playing all his own instruments.
Is he from Norway?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, this one bangs. Little hand on the hip there. Very nice.
I've never got through the original song because every time I look at my wife and realize she is very plain.
Straight out of Linwood.
Yeah, I remember he was really pissed about that for a very long time.
Yes.
He was not Coolio with it.
Well, I think the story that Weird Al tells is that they thought they had permission and they didn't. So it's a situation that should have been avoided.
Yeah, it's one of those. I guess he tried to go through a middleman when he didn't get get Coolio himself.
All right, so way back in the day, I want to say, you, Robert Cooper, turned me on to that like Indian metal band, Bloodwood, and they became like my new favorite thing. And I've not heard their cover of Post Malone's Rockstar, so let's give that a whirl here.
I have not either.
This should be a banger because that band fucking kicks ass. If this doesn't have Bollywood dancing, though, I'm gonna be pissed.
Wait.
Fantastic. There's some sign language here going on. I need money for sex and drugs. What did you do?
And Bitcoin.
Huh.
Realistic version.
We got random shit like ra-ta-ta-ta-ta.
All right, not bad.
It's all right.
All right, and then we got Miss May I Run This Town by Jay-Z from
Pump Goes Pod.
Have you heard this one?
I've never heard it before. I know the band. They're all right.
I'll play a little bit of this. I like the Punk Goes series. I've liked a lot of it.
It's fun.
Yeah. All right, hurry up. All right, yeah, it's some fun.
It's all right.
All right, pretty good. Oh my god, how long does this go? The Animal in Me.
10.
10.
Never heard of them.
The Animal in Me, Rap God, and Eminem.
Huh.
All right, let's give it a whirl here. Oh, and that's the last one. Yay. Here we go. Rap God.
Holy shit. It's.
I was going to go easy on you and not to hurt your feelings. But I'm only going to get this one chance.
Max Headroom. Boy, it took me forever to figure out what it reminded me of.
Yeah.
A feeling I have, like something's about to happen, but I don't know what. If that means what I think it means, we're in trouble. Big trouble. And if he is as bananas as you say, I'm not taking any chances. Decent is all that's supposed to
Yeah, it's fine.
I'd listen to that.
Yeah. All right. What do you think? They're just, I mean, we've heard a lot of covers over the years. We've heard a lot of metal versions of rap songs.
That was a top 10?
That was a top 10. According to Metal Injection.
Gosh, some of that stuff was on the same list as Public Enemy and Anthrax, and I mean, there's got to be better stuff out there.
That is a kid's list if I've ever heard one.
I'm too old, man.
Fucking posers.
I can't do it. There's just
reminds me of a fucking nerd. Fucking posers. Rockstar. All right. Coop, introduce us next and last bit of our show here. So we watched N.W.A. Straight Outta Compton. We went into Third Basis, Pop Goes the Weasel. Now we're gonna do some fucking Stuck Mojo. Tell us what time it is.
I mean, Stuck Mojo is pretty fucking cool. I was introduced to them via Chris Jericho's book when I found out that Rich Ward, his guitarist, played in Stuck Mojo. And they're really good rap. Like when I talk to people about rap metal, this is what I try to put them towards because it very much is rap over some heavy metal instead of heavy metal over some rap.
Sure, I get you.
Like I feel like this song, I mean, it's very like we come in for your terrorist asses, but I feel like it's very well done and can please both parties.
All right, our last video of the night before we close out. This is Stuck Mojo open season.
And finally, it's one where it's not just them playing in an empty warehouse. I mean, they are playing in an empty warehouse.
Oh.
I should have played some Consolidated tonight. Tool and Die. That would have been good. Maybe next time on the Metal Hammer of Doom Jukebox.
Oh, wow. Oh, boy.
Yeah, they've got some charged imagery in here.
Yes, they do.
So far, so good. You're always gonna walk like you're like side to side, Jesse.
No, he is definitely, underdressed for the operation.
That's because he's in command.
Sir, get your Kevlar.
You guys with the guns, I'm just going to clap. Okay, that will really put.
I'll draw the fire.
Well, he's providing live soundtrack to the mission.
Oh, we've seen that. We watched that in the Slayer video. Remember? It was the soundtrack to a riot.
Yep.
Oh, it's great.
I want to be a rapper.
Do you now?
Yep. MC Old Fatty McGee.
MC.
What members of the Gravy Seals do you think they got for this?
This is a lot of the same shot over and over again.
Oh, yeah.
They're on a budget.
That is a large ass warehouse.
Well, yeah, they got to stack the bodies up somewhere.
Oh, look at him with his dance moves. They are cock to cock, Jesse.
Oh, yeah.
Like penis to penis, buddy. Play that guitar.
Oh, shit, the hat came off.
Oh, he's like Kurt Angle. Down come the strap. He seems way too happy for this song. You notice that? Like he's smiling through that.
Well, he's happy that they get to kill ISIS.
Man, I hope somebody's got their six.
I just feel like if you're gonna be like, if your song's this angry, your face should show it. His face doesn't match the song.
Do you think the cameraman's strapped?
Oh, he damn well better be.
With the taser. I don't think he has like a gun though. I definitely think he's got a taser going. Oh no. Tragedy.
We're not aiming for the truck.
Yeah, this is pretty politically charged, sir.
Yeah, I'd say it's right at home in 2002.
I was going to say, I mean, Toby Keith should be in this video somewhere.
He did suplex Scott Hall once.
An American, where at least I know I'm free.
Except this song was from like 2010, so.
It's about
was it really?
And money.
I think so.
2010?
Hell yeah. If the cops showed up right now, they'd only arrest the singer.
You know what's really funny is you look at the band and they very much was like, all right, come with your most tactically ready gear.
Yes.
Like the one guy looks like an Abercrombie, the drummer's an Abercrombie model. The other guy looks like he visited the fucking Army Navy store. The guitarist grabbed a fishing vest. And I think the rapper probably watched a little too much Mission Impossible.
You know what that is? That's like that vest that you wear when you're lifting like heavy furniture.
A fucking moving harness?
Yes.
That's what it's open season for. It's open season for moving dressers.
He shows up and he's like, why the hell is everybody in camouflage? I thought we were fucking dressing up like movers today. Damn. Doesn't understand it. Oh, that dude is.
And see, he doesn't need guns. He's got spin kicks.
Yeah. A nice spin kick, bro. Let's see what the losers get. I put his hat back on. Hey, there's that shot again. Okay, let me go ahead and say they cleared the fucking warehouse. There's nobody in there.
I mean,
there's no enemy present.
Put the guns down, guys. I'm sure you can see the other mile in front of you. Nobody's hiding.
I feel like this has more just more cuts to stock footage than an average episode of Power Rangers.
Yeah. They have. I don't know about these verses, but these shots that we've had already.
Do you think they've green screened him in a lot?
No.
Right.
This is yet another one of those songs, Jesse, where like this band's taking this shit super serial. Nobody else is.
Nobody. Yeah.
Nobody gives a fuck about Stuck Mojo and their opinions.
Sorry, dude.
Stuck Mojo. What are you mad about?
Watch it with the guitar and the kicks, bro. I bet they were probably pretty fucking electric to see on the fucking stage, though. You know, I mean, I love animated. You know, people.
Don't get me wrong. I'm like, I like it's a great song, and like the guys themselves are fun. But this is the Metal Hammer of Doom after all, and we have to shit on it.
Oh yeah, we're dunking on this shit like Vince Carter.
We're going to call a warehouse here, folks.
It's clear. It's fucking clear. We're good. The enemy is gone. Goddamn, pal.
Oh, you know what? I just wish they would have. It would have. Yeah, actually, I do. I wish it was the lead singer of Stuck Mojo that let us all know that we've got him.
I have not been consistent with scheduling the show, and I'm sorry. So we did the first one in November, and then January, and then March, and then April, and then May, and then now August. Like, oops.
But it's all right. That just means you now you know for next time.
Well, I went out of my way to make sure that I didn't schedule more than like a month out, and then made sure every month. So our next show is September 26th. We'll figure out what album we're going to review and what else we're going to shit on. And then November 7th and December 19th is our Christmas show. Oh, Jesse, we need to start talking about our Christmas show now.
Oh, no.
Okay. We need to take this shit very seriously.
Sure.
And then we have our 2022 year in review where Jesse's going to show us a spreadsheet.
I love spreadsheets.
Yes, sir. And then we'll
spread cheeks.
And then we'll skip February because it's Black History Month where we do black shit. Because, you know, February.
Well, yeah, we need to do a black metal album, Mark.
We need to do, in February, we do black shit. In June, we do gay shit. And in July, we do shark shit. December, we do Christmas shit.
Are we still going to do for Thanksgiving time? Are we doing a turkey album?
I think we have to, don't we?
Yeah, we have. It's a tradition.
It is tradition. Tradition.
Ooh.
So that's what's coming in. We'll figure out what albums we're going to do with each one of these shows. But yes, we will be back without skipping a beat this September 26th right here on the Metal Hammer of Doom Jukebox. Tomorrow, we are looking at the Meg 2 The Trench, which is, there's no reason to see this movie except for the last 30 minutes. The final act of the movie is fucking awesome. Wednesday
Does the submarine implode?
Speaking of hubba hubba, Alexis Hana will be taking over TV Party Tonight Wednesday. She'll be talking Secret Invasion with you, Jesse.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm going to be on that show.
You're going to discuss
surprise.
You're going to discuss the sludge. And then on the 11th, we have the good boys over at Movies That Don't Suck and Some That Do. They'll be giving their Barbenheimer review. Barbenheimer. And then it's Everybody Loves a Bad Guy Saturdays. We're going to be looking at the heels of WCW, like Master P. And then on Sunday, it's Metal Hammer of Doom Sundays is back. And we're going to be doing Napalm Death, Apex Predator, Eazy-E, which is
love that album.
Which is Robert Kubert's nickname at the swinger party house. Apex Predator, Eazy-E.
I mean, you just got to flutter your eyes at me and I'm yours. Especially if you're a cute Italian girl named Alexis. Hello.
I mean, look, if Robert Cooper is known for anything else, he's definitely known for his Eazy-E.
Okay, now base an N.W.A band, N.W.A.S band around Eazy-E and the rest of the band. MC Starch, Eazy-E. Mark, what are you going to be? You got to be Ice Cube in some way. What's your?
I thought it was gonna be Dr. Dre.
Okay, be Dr. Dre. What are you then? Dr. What?
I don't know. Old fat guy. Oldie McFatty.
Yep, that's great.
Dr. Paris for the Eiffel Towers. He's doing on them bitches.
Odie McFaddy, tell him what it is.
Straight to Tampa. Crazy poly motherfuckers. All right.
You
All
poly motherfuckers. We're fucking your uncles and your mothers and brothers. I don't know.
That's a whole other thing. All right. That's what's going on here in the Metal Hammer of Doom or the Radulich Broadcasting, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Jesse Starcher, tell them what time it is.
I will. It is right now. Time for you. Go over to the Source Material comic book feed. That's right. Source Material Comics feed. We've got just today a release where Mark and I talked about Avengers Defenders Tarot. It was a great book by Alan Davis. If you like comics, we had a good time talking about that one. A lot of fun stuff, wacky, zany stuff. If you read 90s Excalibur, then you'll probably enjoy Avengers Defenders Tarot. Next week, Unspoken Issues, the 90s centric comic podcast that I do, jumps into a little story called Captain America, Man and Wolf. Cap Wolf, ladies and gentlemen. If you know Cap Wolf, we talk about it. We have a good time. It's me, and it is my good buddy Dean Compton. And
Straight outta.
Straight out. You know, he actually did a show. Okay, turn the phone off, Mark.
Sorry.
He actually had a show for the when I first started talking to Dean. It was called Compton After Dark. So anyway,
yeah, nobody went there.
No, you did not go to Compton After Dark.
No,
do not do that.
Not unless you're dressed like a member of Stuck Mojo.
Yes, nobody mess with you. But you know, empty warehouses and all that. Cap Wolf, ladies and gentlemen, there is a Shockmaster reference. It's in there.
Nice.
So, there you go. All right, yeah, check that out. And I think I will possibly be showing up over on the Bleeding Edge at some point next week, and I'll be talking Braveheart with our good old buddy Jeff Sloboda. So there you go. That's it. That's all I got.
I'm sorry, Jeff. I actually kept forgetting to get back to you.
Nice. Way to go, Coop.
Nice.
I'm an asshole.
Robert, I'm an asshole. I showed that to I just showed that to my kids not that long ago. Sometimes I like to have fun at someone else's expense. Oh no, oh yeah. I drive really slow in the ultra fast lane while people behind me are going insane. I'm an asshole. He's an asshole.
Oh, that song, yeah. Have you ever heard Long Haired Asshole by Nuclear Assault?
I don't know, but I'm looking for some music to do with the next Naked Karaoke. Which, all right, real quick. All right, so I haven't done Sexy Story Time in a while. And this isn't so much a sexy story as it is I went and did Naked Karaoke at the clothing optional resort like you do. Don't fucking look at me like that. You know you'd be down. It's just like, oh,
I don't want to be down. Trust me.
Jesse's like, I'm all about Naked Karaoke.
He's like, I do it in the shower all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
Listen, don't judge me, Starchy.
Sure.
What? All right. So the last time I did Naked Karaoke, I did You Could Love a Bit. Like, you guys have seen my Naked Karaoke. You know what I did. I did Big Balls. Support my TikTok, goddammit. I did Big Balls. I did Used to Love Her. I pulled a Starcher too. I did this. I'll never forget Jesse. I'm like, Jesse, take me for pierogies when I come to Cleveland. He's like, he's doing this shit right here. See this? He's pointing to the back of him. Like I'm supposed to know where the fuck he's pointing to. He's like, there's a fucking Wendy's down the block. I did a Starcher. Right. I was like, she's buried right in my backyard. Totally pulled to you.
That's great.
I don't know why you specifically are doing this, but that's what I associate.
That's me.
All right, so I did AC/DC's Big Balls by request because the Jackie said I should do Big Balls. I Used to Love Her because I'm passive aggressive, and then finally I did You Give Love a Bad Name because I was drunk and I was fat and it was time to sing, so I did. Let's do for Naked Karaoke next time, Coop.
Let's see.
What's in my vocal range, I should say. What would sound good coming out of my mouth? This is not that hard of a question.
I don't know. There's a guy that did a parody of what was it? Let's see. He did like a Dean Martin parody, but it was called Balls on Jaws, and it was about fucking your mom.
Terrific. Jesse, I need you to help me out here. What should I do for naked karaoke?
Oh, pick a Weird Al song and go with it. I don't know which one I would go with though.
Nature Trail to Hell in 3D.
I mean, you could do "You Shook Me All Night Long."
AC/DC is a
telling me
classic.
to do AC/DC. Like guys at work today were like, you should do "Shoot to Thrill" or
Well, I mean, it's a song about fucking.
Why does it always have to be about fucking with you two?
I mean, so like, are you specifically aiming for a gimmick too for the song? Like, it's got to be.
I don't want to be. I don't want to be totally embarrassed. Like, it's like
What about everybody?
Fucking in the UFO.
Fucking in the UFO.
Here's the secret to karaoke. It has to sound halfway decent, but it also has to be crowd pleasing. Like, it has to be a song everyone knows because they can sing along with you. You keep it like, here's a song. Here's like fucking Stuck Mojo. No one knows who the fuck Stuck Mojo is. You gotta keep to the classics. Somebody suggested I should do Whitesnake. I'm like, I don't think I can hit David Coverdale pitches. But I was thinking about how about Dirty Deeds done. I was definitely thinking Dirty Deeds done dirt cheap.
Well,
what about Dirty Deeds done with sheep?
Yeah.
All right, I'm not even letting you do plugs now.
That's fine. I only have plugs. Oh, that sounds sexual.
Where was that going to go, Coop?
What?
I said, where was that going to go?
Oh, I only have plugs for cute Italian girls.
We get it. You're getting laid. Shut up already. This is not.
Hey, it was a lot more than I can say for my last relationship. Goodbye, Natalia.
Well,
folks, goodbye, Natalia.
Rawr. Well, folks, thank you for listening to Passive Aggressive Cast. For MC Starch and DJ Metal Coop, I'm trying to find the out button. Be well, be safe, and behave.